Good evening. This is the Town of Carver Planning Board meeting of November 20th, 2012, at Meeting Room 1 at 7 o'clock, still after 7. If we could all please stand to salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go ahead, yep.
All right, starting tonight under new business, we have a sign permit by RBI Academy, 160 North Main Street.
Mr. Chairman, this is going to go essentially right next to USA Fitness at the Waterstone Plaza. You'll see the application and the sign. It does meet the bylaw. And Mr. Welch is here to answer any questions and tell you what RBI Academy is, which I happen to know because my kids went to it. I bet you Mr. Robinson knows it too. Pardon me?
The original.
She went to get it.
Yeah, if you would like to speak and tell us about the business and your sign.
Yes, we're a baseball training center, opening a new location right on North Main Street, indoors, inside the USA Fitness location. We're subletting from USA Fitness, so we're just looking to put a sign on the facade of the building to represent our business.
So you want to tell us what the hours are going to be? And
Our hours are seasonal to some extent. We're a lot busier. January, February, March, April, we're going to be open probably 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. During the summer, we operate remotely from other locations at summer baseball camps. We run summer camps throughout the Massachusetts area. So our hours will be a little less than, we'll be open virtually every day, but we will probably, weekends, 9 to 6 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., weekdays 2 to 9 p.m. During the summer, we'll lessen those hours substantially, though. We are closed for 2 weeks out of the year.
so is this some sort of an electronic game that you play, or actually baseball bat with nets?
No,
how does it work?
We run a year-round baseball training center. We do private lessons for athletes, boys and girls, ages 5 to whenever. We have an existing business in Foxborough, Massachusetts. We've been open since 2004. We handle thousands of customers every single year for our business, not all indoors. We do run a lot of outdoor activities in the area, but we do baseball camps, clinics, programs. I run summer camps for the Boston Red Sox players in summer, and we've grown outside of our walls in Foxborough, so we looked for a second location, found a great spot down the street to expand our business for mainly indoors. There we'll be doing private lessons and camps and clinics in the winter. We really won't be operating much there, like I said, in the summertime, but we will have a membership base, and our fall baseball league is pretty substantial as well. And again, most of that is run outdoors, but in terms of the actual building indoors, you can basically look us up for private lessons, baseball and softball, mostly baseball, weekend clinics, strength and conditioning programs, things like that.
What were the ages again?
The ages are 5 to, our core group is probably 9 to 12,
Yeah.
9 to 14. We have teams that we run for ages 13 to 18. I don't think we'd be doing that this year here, but we will eventually be running teams for the high school age down here. Our core ages are like 9 to 14. Our business is generally 5 to 22-ish is generally the age range.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These kind of businesses are, kids are looking to do stuff. They can work out at the gym. It's a natural fit with the gym right there. They can work out all winter. My kids had the benefit. He actually remembered my kids, and they were there 5 years ago. So
You're gonna have batting cages inside?
Yeah, we're going to have 3 batting cages, technically 4 batting cages, but 3 basically, yeah. 3 pitching mounds, indoor pitching machines. They actually run you know, the gym itself runs some things right now inside the area, but we're taking that space over. It's roughly 5,000 square feet, 4,500 square feet, I'm sorry, inside of their gym to run our programs year-round. We have a permanent lease.
Very good.
Anybody else have any questions?
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's excellent idea. I'd love to welcome you to the community. I know that in Hanson, we have a gentleman that runs a baseball camp at the club that I belong to, and it's very well used, and this will be awesome for the community.
Yeah, if I may add,
Yep.
in Foxborough, we are very strongly tied to our community. We run a lot of programs for Foxborough. We are on the Mansfield line, so we do give back a lot of money to the local little leagues, local programs. We do have a very good donation system, and it's good business for us too. But the town does benefit substantially from our business.
I think it's a good use. I like the sign. I don't have a problem with it.
Anybody else have any questions or
No, I
comments?
think it's I think it's excellent. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, I'd like to make a motion to approve the sign for RBI Baseball Academy. Just a building permit. There's no lighting.
No, just building permit. You will need a building permit.
Here a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
One question, Mr. Chairman.
sure.
Was the fee paid? I didn't see it here. Fees paid? Okay.
And no lighting, did you say?
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Thank you.
Give a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's,
I don't know if you're around tomorrow. I won't be here, but Kim will be here. You can pick it up and go right to the building department and get your building permit. Um, You can too. Otherwise, you have to wait till Monday. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Good luck.
coming to,
Another level.
Yeah, no, I will. And we're very proud to be in town.
thank
Thank
you
you so much
for
for having us.
coming to Carver.
It's quite the facility as in Mansfield.
I've seen it, yeah.
Did your kids go to that?
It's been a long time,
Yeah.
but one did.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
interesting. So we should have a new generation of better ball players in Carver now,
Well, we hope so. Kevin's.
or even in,
Play ball.
That would be the goal.
sure would have helped me in my day, that's for sure.
Thank you.
All right, the next, under new business, is a sign permit for Cal's of 114 Main Street.
Did you bring the sign with you? Oh, good.
Yeah.
This is Catherine. Catherine is the new owner of Dandy Donuts. And I know her because I'm there all the time. And she's also a member of our business roundtable, and she wants to put up a new sign. Now, that sign, she's not putting up a new sign, she's just changing the message. That sign, the dimensions are grandfathered, so it's just the message. Go ahead.
Well, basically just looking to change the sign to bring my own feel and make it my own. I had a previous restaurant that I had before, and I plan to open more in the future, so I'd like to keep them all under the same name. So basically just trying to start with this one here.
I'll show it to her.
And
We'll need you
And
to
it-
take a picture.
Well, actually, this is the logo, this is the name, but where I'm not doing this food here, it'll just say, it's gonna say deli and cafe
What-
instead of deli and cafe. So you get the idea of kind of lunch and breakfast. Do you want me to? Yeah.
She needs to take a picture of it.
All set.
So what are your hours gonna be? Could you tell us a little bit about the business too? if you could,
We
please?
operate right now 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturday we go 6 to 2 p.m. and Sunday we go 6 to 12 p.m. Basically just breakfast and lunch. We try to have a lot of takeout business because where we don't have a lot of seating and it's small, I'm trying to get more of like a passer through kind of feel, some sandwiches and a coffee or something like that. And then for lunch, I haven't really made that many changes to Dandy. It's kind of still Dandy, but I just want it to be my Dandy. So pretty much, it's not much is changing. I thought it was doing well. I mean, we'll fix it if it's not broken
Yep.
kind of idea.
May I ask you a question? Did you buy it outright, or are you leasing?
I'm leasing.
Are the growers going through withdrawal by changing the name?
Not yet. I don't know if it actually happens that it might hit home and be realistic. I don't know.
Ease them into it.
They don't do well with change.
No.
Anybody else on the board have any
The
questions?
only comment that I'll have is, when you have the actual sign, just get a copy to the planning board for us that says the actual
Sure.
thing, and
Okay.
just a building permit and no lighting.
Right.
Other than that, I think it's great. Welcome to town.
Thank you.
Just welcome, and I wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the sign application for Cal's, with a building permit required and no lighting.
And the final sign submitted for the staff.
Yep.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
So when you do decide to
Hey, Will.
install it, you're gonna need to go to the building department and get a permit.
Okay.
What's that?
You can't just put it up.
Okay. So before.
I missed
They'll
it.
have a
Finished
copy
one.
of your permit.
She's
from
only
us.
leasing it.
Yeah, when you finish it.
Okay. Yep. And I'll bring the finished product.
Talk to me, I'll walk you through it.
I assume the taxes are paid?
Yes.
And the cranberry growers are warming up to you, right?
I think so. I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Coffee's ready by 6?
Oh, coffee's ready by 5:45.
Oh,
Coffee's on the counter before they come in the door.
that's late for these two guys.
Yeah, I know. We do 7 o'clock on Sunday now. Did I say 6? I'm at 7. We do 7 o'clock on Sunday now, and a couple of them were like, 7 o'clock, that is far too late. And I was like, oh, no. They're good now. They're good.
Training them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kath.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.
See you.
All right, it being a minute past 7:15, we can go on to old business, which is the public hearing for the proposed solar bylaw.
Okay. Shall I, Mr. Chair?
And, yeah, go ahead, Will.
Thank you. As you guys know, you gave us the direction to go back and work on a map. I hope that everybody has gone through the proposed bylaw, all the language. The language is very good. Has some great language in there, so we didn't have to tweak any of that. We did sit down at our meeting last week, and we came up with a map that is in front of you now. Anything that's in the purple crisscross section is the zone that we say in RA that's as of right. Excuse me, special permit. Sorry, I'm old.
Still sick, aren't you?
I am sick. I wasn't really gonna.
Mike, well, you need,
I like the cordless one better, by the way. Can you still see it if I stand on this side? Okay. And as you'll see, the previous map just showed south of Tremont Street was the location. We went back and we had some creative look at implementing the bylaw language that we came up with and where it would be addressed and where it would work well. And to take into consideration from the Bridgewater State responses that we got from the survey, looking at that. And you'll see that in the northern part of Carver, up in this area we picked out, and then it kind of cuts down this way, and then comes back down around this way, and then all of this area is covered. That would be special permit through this through the planning board. In the center here, we looked at this area a lot, and with the density of the amount of development that's already existing, we had decided that that would be the area that we would look at and focus a lot in. Does the language that we put in place, would a potential property owner have the ability to use it? It's very minimal. And the impacts of some of the areas on the existing residents will be tough. Would it work in some areas? Yeah. But it would, to mix magic and splotch it was very difficult, and it was only very minimal properties that this would work in. So it was a unanimous vote from the board, from the committee, to bring to the planning board for endorsement of this map as the overlay district. I hope I explained that correctly for you guys.
I understand.
Hoping you guys got it. But other than that, it's very well done. I'm gonna drop this so I can go sit down before I fall out.
Does anybody have any questions for Will?
The only thing I'd say, Mr. Chair, is that, you know, we've come a long way on this bylaw. It's been done very good. The community input that we got from the survey and also from the members really drafted a great bylaw, I think. I think that the map speaks well to it. I'd look for you guys to fully endorse what we bring to you and sponsor this at town meeting. I'll be more than happy to present this in front of the selectmen. I know that they were requesting us at their last meeting to bring that to them on the 4th to try to explain it and give them a better idea. This is really good for the town of Carver. It's good for the residents. We've addressed to the best of our ability as a committee the aspects of the input that we got. We really reached out and tried to get as much as we could, and this is what we came up with. And the language in the bylaw is very well done. And I've got to compliment everybody who's worked on this. The committee has done an exceptional job as far as I'm concerned. It's been trying, and it's been well worth the effort. And then there were times I didn't think we'd get there, but we got there because everybody was passionate enough and concerned about the town. The only thing I'd request is that you not vote on this tonight. We had a problem with one of the filings because of a Sandy storm, and Jack can speak better to this. So that at our next meeting, that we'd vote, hopefully you guys would vote in favor to endorse this and sponsor this unanimously at town meeting.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, the vote was 5-0.
It was 5-0. Everybody 100% in favor and liked what we came up with. That was the key thing. It wasn't, you know, there was some things there that we both were, I'm not 100% for and stuff like that, but you know something? With what we've looked at and the extent that we've dug into and come up with, everybody was very happy walking out of the room that we came up with something good for the town. And that was the key. You know, we can take our personalities and throw them out the door, but as much as you say that, you still say, you know, I really would like this, or oh, I really wouldn't like that, but everybody was very happy with what we've come up with, and it's a great bylaw. I think you could ask for comment, though, because it's a public hearing, right?
Right, no, I see most of the committee members are here.
Yeah.
Anybody else would like to speak about this? And I'd love to take the opportunity to really reach out to the community. When we go to town meeting, you'll see these guys. They'll be around. We're gonna try to get out as much information as we can. Please check the town's website. We're gonna be posting the map and stuff online there. I know that Mr. O'Brien has already brought it to one of the school meetings that they had last night. You know, we're gonna try to get as much information out prior to town meetings, so people are very familiar with this before we go to town meeting.
At the last selectmen's meeting, everybody should be very aware of how important this town meeting is. It has implications on the tax rate, so that's very important. But I think it's our job now to get the final product that we'd like to present out there as much as we can. And that's what we're focusing on. Anybody has any questions, every one of the committee members are available. The town planner's available at any time. Please come and ask. Stop us in the streets, it doesn't matter. That's what we're there for.
All right, is there anyone else that would like to speak out there?
If I may, Mr. Chair, to go to what Will was speaking about, because we're required to notify the abutting towns and our local regional planning agency and DHCD, the state office. And I'm gonna ask you, and I talked to town council about this, to just continue I'm assuming you're all in favor of this, I'm hoping, that you continue it to December 4th, and then if we vote then, they'll have been notified with enough time, though they've never commented on any of these, ever. But anyway, that we fulfill our obligations so that the Attorney General won't have a problem. And I'm really, Will actually understated, in my opinion, the work that everyone's done on this. And this was not easy.
All right, do we need so we don't need to
Make a
vote on
motion.
this, we'll just, it's just schedule the meeting for
No, I'd like
Motion
you
to
to
continue.
continue the
a motion to
hearing,
continue, okay.
provided no one else has anything else to say. I'm hoping it's a 1-minute hearing on December 4th,
So we gotta go up and
because you
present
gotta
to
go
select.
upstairs anyway. Though I do have other things on December 4th, and I'm gonna ask the selectmen, since they took your night, to push it back a little bit. I don't know what their agenda's like. December 4th at 7:15?
I'd like to make a motion to continue the public hearing to December 4th at 7:15.
Second.
There's a motion and a second, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I just want to thank everybody that worked on the committee and did this. This was really a thorough job, very professional. It's an amazing bylaw. It really covers everything. And I know that people put a lot of time and effort into this thing, so I want to thank all you people out there and Will, and knowing that it took a lot of your time after work and to come up with this. And the map came out beautiful. I like that,
You can thank Eric.
for
Eric
printing
Tobolsky.
that out. I didn't think that you would have it so quickly. Yeah.
Well,
no,
actually,
it's good.
it's funny that, I'll say this, Eric and Will were kind of working on parallel paths and just put them together.
It's amazing, it's good. Well, thank you. Ed, we'll vote on this at our next meeting. I don't think there should be, hopefully, not a problem. All right, so we'll go to other business, to planning board notes.
Close the public hearing.
Oh, that's right.
I
No,
don't wanna
we
vote.
continued it, and we voted on it, and so that takes care of it, and we'll vote on it as soon as the abutters are notified properly. Planning board notes. Does anybody have any planning board notes this evening?
I'm all set.
I'm all set, thank you.
Planners notes.
Yeah, I put in here, this is usually the time when we start talking about any potential zoning amendments, and surprisingly, I keep a tickler file, and over the year, when you guys, or the building commissioner, or anyone has something that you wanna talk about for the next town meeting, you let me know, and I throw it in there, and then we kick it around here. The only thing I had in my tickler file, well, two things, is one, and I wish Ed was here. If you recall, when we were deliberating over the kennel, the doggy daycare, Ed wanted to talk about trying to put some criteria together for that, because you were kind of running with just the basic, special permit criteria. I can ask Ed if you want, and
Sure.
see what he comes up with. The only other thing I have is, and I know I spoke, to you, and I know, yeah, I've spoken to you about this, is that, Ocean Spray may wanna change some of the zoning down there so they can do that, Reed custom soil with Makepeace. I've asked their counsel, their attorney, last week, are they still planning on doing it, and he said he'd get back to me. So you may see that, but they're the only two things I have.
Through you, Mr. Chair?
Mhm.
Did we have anything that we were gonna bring forward? I assume we're talking for Springtown meeting,
Yes.
for zoning for, Spring Street?
It's a very good question. The BDC
I know
has
we're
scheduled
working
a
on it.
meeting. I talked to the chairman of the BDC today, and we scheduled a meeting for Monday. That's something I'm gonna bring up to them.
And the only other thing that I remembered, because just for some reason, it just jogged my memory, was the master plan. I remember last week we were talking, or I saw an email or something like that, it's been a while since we've done it.
You're supposed to update your master plan every 5 years, and I think I told you it's been about 4 or 5 years since Sheila did yours.
Yep.
It's something that you're gonna, it's not a zoning issue, it's a lot of work issue.
Yeah.
And, it may be something to consider, or at least maybe to ask the selectmen as well.
Something to think about.
Some other updates on projects, Dunkin' Donuts, they've pulled their building permit, and they should, I got an email today from the engineer, they're gonna start construction any day now, probably next Monday, I assume, with the holiday. I did talk to the engineer, I know I've been telling you about Deacon's, but he's submitting plans, next Wednesday for Deacon's, so you'll have that. Southern Sky, Mr. Tracy's informed me, though I did get an email, that they've actually started some of the earthwork up on the landfill. They are putting the fabric on, which will take 2 or 3 weeks. They have not pulled their building permit yet for the panels itself, but they're gonna come right after, so that's a reality, it's gonna happen. And lastly, as you saw the construction for Kelleher, and I still don't know what name he's gonna call his landscape business, right next to it, a company called Norfolk Power has a purchase and sale, and I've been working with their engineer, which is the exact same engineer that Kelleher used, Morse, about putting up a 14,000 square foot building there as well. They have some issues with fire protection, and they have met with the fire department and are trying to work those out, but they're under a purchase and sale. So, that's what I got.
So things are happening.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of October 16th, 2012. We have, and then we have another one of November 7th, but I guess we can deal with October 16th first.
I have one amendment. If you look under B, that should have been 3 yeses, not 2, and 2 abstentions. You only have 3 voting members.
Where are you?
First page, B.
4 yeses, 2 abstentions.
Right,
yeah.
should be 3 yeses. Probably Kevin voted yes, but he can't.
Right.
God bless him.
I'd have another amendment on old business under D. They unanimously voted. It was 4-1 vote. Just strike unanimously voted.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Motion to approve as amended.
October 16th? Well, yes,
Yeah, that
second.
would, yep. You have a motion and second for the October 16th minutes. Those in favor?
Aye. With the changes, with the
With the-
updates.
Okay, then we go to, what is it? We go to the November 7th.
One for me would be that Kevin has to be added as the alternate.
Are we on November 7th yet?
Yes.
In old business, item B. I guess for clarification, there was a motion by Ms. Hanlon to withdraw the article and go back to the drawing board, second by Mr. Mackey. We had discussion. And then there was a motion that was made to bring it to the warrant and directed the solar bylaw committee to come up with a map. That was a 2-1 vote. Because that was, the motion was made and seconded.
Yeah, this has to be continued.
Right.
You're
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, I know.
We got that far,
No.
and it failed 2
Right.
to 3.
And then there's a continuation after the discussion of the planning board. There was a vote of 2 to 1 to send it back to the committee to come up with a map, but to allow it on the warrant. You know what I mean?
Yep. Do you want to continue table this, and we'll correct them for next meeting, or amend it?
You can just do it as amended. I don't have a problem with doing it as amended. That's the only thing that I picked up on.
Right, yeah, you could see that there was something
Well, I'm the
left out.
present, I wasn't there either.
Right.
Did you, I'll give her this.
That's right, yeah. Chad wasn't there.
Yeah,
And Ed.
your fault.
Ed was not
Motion
there either.
to,
Ed,
Yeah, Ed wasn't there, yeah, it was
Right.
just Rosemary, William, and,
I'd like to make a motion to approve November 7th as amended.
is there a second?
Second.
Second? Those in favor?
Aye.
When they amend that, you're gonna have the vote put in, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we go on to correspondence.
Well, if I may, and I know I've emailed you, but Kim, as you know, has given her notice. And her last day is November 29th, a week from Thursday. And I am gonna miss her dearly, and she's done a great job for us. And I don't know. I've already said my thing to Kim privately, but I wish her the best. You know, it's hard when someone gets offered a job for 30 hours with benefits. What are you gonna do, right? It's our loss and her employer's gain.
I'm gonna miss you, Kim, but I wish you well.
Thank you.
This will be her last planning board meeting.
Well,
On another note,
if I can, before you jump there,
Okay.
I'd like to thank you for all your help. I know that before we were able to get the position back, you hung in there with us. You worked hard, and you learned this is not an easy job for anybody, even for the members sitting here. So I thank you, and you will be missed. So you should probably stay instead.
Yeah, thank you, Kim, we will miss you. How long were you with us?
Almost 2 years in
But
February.
Separation anxiety already.
I've enjoyed it.
Well, good luck on your new position.
Good luck.
I can tell you, I did talk to the town administrator, and this is a union position, but he's looking into some alternatives to hire someone on the interim before he works with the union on fulfilling it permanently.
So will there be a gap between,
Well, I've asked someone already, and they're gonna let me know maybe as early as tomorrow to fill in immediately. she's well-known, and I didn't wanna put her out there yet, cause she
Perfect.
hasn't said anything yet. So, hopefully you're gonna have coverage, I'm gonna have coverage immediately, hopefully. Other than that, I don't know, we're gonna be, flipping around again, but, you know, this also affects, and I know my water commissioner's here, this also affects the water commission, because 5 hours of Kim's time a week is paid by the water commission. And that's, she does more than 5 hours for them, but she does all the billing, all the receipts, all the paperwork, all the preparation for their meetings. So it's not and answers all their phone calls. So it's not it's not even just the planning board, as Will knows. It's the redevelopment authority, it's the housing people, it's all the committees I deal with. That's what Kim has to deal with. It's not, you know, a lot of departments just deal with one board, and that's it. And I deal with 7. And probably, I think John Adams says I have about 20 different accounts through grants and different budgets. So it's, and Kim has learned that. And so it's not as easy as just one position.
It's not an easy
So it is
position
your
to fill.
fault.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, that's it.
Motion
So,
to adjourn. Everybody
Second.
have a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right, yeah, we have the holidays coming up.
Happy
Yeah,
hol-
everyone
happy
have a
Thanksgiving to everyone.
Drive safe.
Do we have a second?
I did second it
Second, we have
already.
motion and a second for adjournment. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night.
Yours.
Good night.
Awesome job.